Tua to throw right away. And his first pass is incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. This pass complete to Pollard on the out route. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tap it, and drag it to make sure he gets it done.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Tua. Swinging this out for Pollard. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On play action, here's Tua. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Hey, green.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Steel, black. Black, blue. Blue striker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll power his way up near the 25. A gain of 3 last play. This time they do it and pick up 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Here we go.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he is going to lose yardage here. Excellent play there by Arnold Ebiketie to meet him behind the line for a loss.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Cheetah.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, certainly it appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a 1st down. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
Go, 38. 10 cycle.
Now here's Pollard. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. We're scoreless after one. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Pollard again. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Tony Pollard, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a handoff as they run left side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. But it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. On the move past the 40. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 38 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Texans are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Looking deep for Adams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths.
Okay, right.
But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here, taken in by Knox. A huge play there for Houston. 49 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Tony Pollard, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are able to extend their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott finding Elliott for the catch on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring out the 3rd down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
On fourth down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. On first down, Tagovailoa. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Knox. Will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Black ultra.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on second down. Tua. He hits Adams, complete. Touchdown, Texans. Davante Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Carlson now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Chiefs come to the line ready to start their next drive. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read a receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, I think everyone is watching. We're certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, aren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
After the turnover, it's Tua. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
White. Red, cycle. Trail green. You, yellow.
Now Tua. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Tua. That's caught by Myers. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jacoby Myers, 35 yards. And the Texans take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Ready. Six. Red, yellow. Blue, go.
The 2 are going to try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. McKenzie will not return this, and it will be brought out to the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Kill. 47.
Well, they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Kill.
Prescott from the gun on third. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. Here's Johnny Hekker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Results in 6. Touchdown. Call that a 59-yard punt return. And the Texans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in the cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. On third down, they're going to run for it here. Room here to run. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. 71 yards. And the Colts are able to at least get one score back. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
Red. Black shot. Black ultra. Jet.
Looking to pass. Tua. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Black. Ready?
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts get a bit closer. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's McPherson now to send it away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Wait. Ready?
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This pass complete to Pollard on the out route. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 32-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. To a hit, and the ball is out. And the Colts pick it up. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's got it down to the 28.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away. So
the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here's Tua. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Here we go. You, yellow. Watch it. 6.
Tua sets up to pass it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Mega. Red, yellow. Claws red. Eagle blue. Yellow, blue. Ready?
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. On the NFL scoreboard, fourth quarter now at Soldier Field. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their second on the young season. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Man, 216 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
A first down throw for Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Desmond King making the tackle.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll try and run for it. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, CD, this is the ideal situation in the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's complete to Adams. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Black Ultra.
Tua going to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come